Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Ready, set, 50 the mic, 50 the mic.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down.
Ready. To the Pittsburgh. Check pass.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. He goes 67 yards on the punt return. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And some room to work. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there out of Geis. 45 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Geis. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mark Andrews, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. King. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Bengals 14, Ravens 7.
On the double. 50, Ryan, 50. Pick me up. Here we go.
King now to throw on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. King operating from the gun. Dancing to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right?
Now Guy stripped. He lost the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 3 yards out. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Again, Jackson being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They go play action now. Jackson buying time to his left. And an alley to run. Opted to run for it. The a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
14 yards. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Double time. Everyone got 4 down.
They go play action here on 1st down. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
4 down. Check. 4 down. Go.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Carter, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Solomon Thomas in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's King. Off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Definitely worth taking in our deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now this one complete on the slant route. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens will take over at their own 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. King. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Looking to throw. King. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd and 9, Jackson got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Geis. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a first down throw complete downfield. That one goes for 30 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys are back within a single score. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now King operating from the gun. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. King now off the play fake. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught at the 25. A big play there for Cincinnati. 56 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm willing to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Geis. And bulldozing his way through. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No, a little bit of a... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. Now Jackson. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 31. Here's Geis. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On first down, this is Geis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
They get 7 there, but it brings up fourth.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Geis, they'll try to run it. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the fourth. A very important extra point there, up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun to give to Mixon. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. King from the gun, he'll throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Here's King looking to throw on second down. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
To throw is King on third down. Flush to his right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a fourth quarter lead. And this one is right down the middle. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that
he would have kept it on the ground.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now a run with Geis. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. Man open, that's Jaleel Scott. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 26.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Now a handoff, Geis going right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. Well, befitting a tight game like this, it all came down to the wire, but in the end, the field goal to win, it goes begging.
Oh, man, that is a tough way to lose a football game. You put yourself in position, and you give yourself a chance, but it's just not meant to be.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's head.